Few cars are as visually exciting and audibly as stimulating as the 2016 Lamborghini Huracan. Introduced just last year, this car is the successor to Lamborghini's Gallardo lineup. Like the Gallardo, this thing is configured with a 5.2-liter V10. Horsepower has been increased right now. It's making 502 horsepower and 413 foot-pounds of torque. All the power goes through a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission, sending power to all four wheels. Obviously, it's got torque transfer with a rearward bias. 0 to 60 under the right conditions and launch control, just about 2.7 seconds. Top speed, 202 miles an hour. Obviously, one of the first things anybody's going to notice when they see the Huracan is its styling. Lamborghini once again has taken its hexagon, polygon, octagon, gone everything and gone crazy with it. Everywhere you look, you see these little mathematical corners that just scream Lamborghini. Whether it's the crease of the front hood, the headlight washers, the intakes, the headlights, even the daytime running lights push this mathematical evilness, and it's stunning. This car, flat, matte, gray paint, as sinister as they come. Stealth fighters send fewer chills up people's spines than this thing. As expected, it's got some serious stopping power. Lamborghini's configured it with 6-piston front calipers on carbon ceramic rotors, lightweight forged alloy wheels. You got 5 crazy little hex lug nuts and Pirelli tires. So now the car is running. I've been driving it for several days. I'm not a big fan of the Strada mode unless I'm literally on the highway going from point A to point B. I'm going to switch it over to Sport, pull back the right paddle, that's how you engage first gear, and we're going to get out of here and go have some fun. Yeah, one thing that's very interesting about this car, everybody that sits in it, myself included, note how low you sit. You are literally, your tailbone is about 2 inches off the asphalt. Thankfully, there's probably a layer of aluminum and some carbon fiber in there to keep from getting burn marks. The seats are obviously super firm. Once again, you're trying to keep you low to the ground, so they're not going to put you on these 2 or 3 inch cushions. Very, very firm. My back seems to like them. Some people say, they're too firm, but the truth is, after a long drive, you like the firm seats. Bolsters super high. No matter what kind of maneuvering you're doing, you're not moving an inch. Tunnel. Who doesn't like a tunnel? Sorry, guys. Now we got another tunnel coming up. So I'm going to roll the window down just because I'm a geek. Here we go. Very good tunnel car. Steering wheel, perfectly placed. Tilt and telescope. Driving position for me, I'm 6'2". Absolutely wonderful. It's not like, I'm going to say the Aventador and the Gallardo, both of those cars, I felt a little cramped. This is very, very modern, very, very comfortable. Really nice. Primary instrumentation, very easy to read. It's a digital glass display. In fact, every single instrument is on a glass display, whether it's the volt, the temperature, and all those sensors down on the center waterfall console, or the ones directly in front of you. Being a glass display, it's multi-configurable. You can have your tachometer, your speedometer, map, fuel gauge, temperature gauge, just about everything. And most of those display in both digital and analog format, obviously a simulated analog format. But big, easy to see, and it also has a variable red line. So when you start the car up in the morning, your red line is going to be limited to 5,000 or 6,000 RPM. But as the oil temperature heats up, red line goes up to a stratospheric 8,900 RPM, obviously. It's my favorite place to keep the engine. So now we've got the car in its element, which is on a windy canyon road above Malibu, and it is an absolute joy to drive. Notice this thing's really, really a tight road, and I'm not having to move my hands nearly as much as you'd expect. The car's all-wheel drive, obviously, with a rear bias as far as the torque. It handles much like a rear-wheel drive vehicle. If I step on the throttle out of one of these corners, what's going to happen is the back end's going to kick out, and then the front wheels are going to pull the whole thing in. Brakes, once again, absolutely amazing. Huge carbon ceramics that I talked about earlier. No sign of fade whatsoever. Being a mid-engine car, you're going to hit them really, really hard into the corners, and the car is going to stay nice and stable because all that weight of that engine is being pushed down on those back wheels. Those are 305s back there, super wide, sticky contact patch. Hands down, this is one of the craziest cars I've reviewed in an awfully long time. And it works so well. This is as if Lamborghini went into the minds of enthusiasts and tapped their dreams. You know, what do they want? They want something crazy looking, crazy fast, extraordinarily quick, incredible handling. It does everything so well, and it's a fantasy. This is mechanized a fantasy. Is it worth $275,000? Absolutely. I'm Mike Harley. Thanks for watching. These are fun.
You can't help but smile when you're rolling in one of these.
No, I mean, come on. If you're in a bad mood, this is like ecstasy.